What if you could pick your story, the story you've always wanted, the dream you wrote down, you actually fulfilled? What if your brain worked, right, the way you wanted it to work, and instead of it being this chaotic mess where it doesn't do all the stuff that you want it to do, it just simply works? What if your life was what you imagined it to be as an 8, 9, 10-year-old kid? Now, a lot of us fall in the in-between state. The state where we want our life to work out, and the state where we're not sure how to get there. And then there are other people, right, who have figured it out, have figured how to have the life they want, how to chase after their dreams, how to achieve all the goals they set in motion. It makes them different from us. Now, that's what we're going to be talking about today. But hi, my name is Vanessa. Thank you for watching, and let's get started, right? First thing is, it's what to do with your mindset. You know what you're thinking? That's a crazy notion. What do you mean mindset? When I was younger, I had a bad mindset. And what I mean by bad mindset, change was impossible. I believed that if you're born poor, you're going to stay poor. If you're born in a 9-to-5, in a family that doesn't exactly believe in entrepreneurship and chasing your dreams and goals, that is exactly what is going to happen to you. I didn't believe that someone could actually change their life. It took me until I was way into my 20s to realize the importance of mindset. Mindset can make or break you. Mindset can help you understand what's important and what's not. Mindset can reframe the way you look at life, because let's be honest, right? Sometimes life is like a Ferris wheel. You get on and it just spins and spins and spins and spins. And eventually when you step out of that Ferris wheel, nothing has changed for you, because you are not reframing your perspective. You're not reframing your life. You are focused on the here now instead of the future, right? So mindset is so important. Another thing is lack of skills. I've spoken about this quite a bit on my channel. But the reality is, when you don't have skills, it's difficult for you to change your life. And what I mean by this is, if you have two people in a room, right? One is a successful person, the other one is a down out of your luck kind of person. And when you look on the surface, right, they look like the same individual. They dress the same way, they look the same. But when you actually focus, right, when you zero in, you realize something's different about them. For one, the person on your right has a thriving business, and the other one works a 9-to-5 and wants to start a business but can't. Now, again, if you look closer, you realize that something else is there. For one, the person on your right has spent years perfecting their skills, from copywriting to sales to marketing to editing to writing to design and the list goes on and on and on. And the other one, well, the other one didn't make an effort. Because when you don't learn something new, you don't change your scope, you don't change your life, you don't change your perspective. And this is a thing that took me a while to realize, because I was in the same boat. A few years ago, before I started YouTube, I did not have any skills beside writing. It took me a while to actually figure out that if I wanted to grow, if I wanted to start a business, if I wanted to make money online, if I wanted to do all these things I wanted to do, I needed to learn things. And learning isn't easy. Now, I'm not saying, right, like spend hours upon hours in a library, like literally flipping through pages and trying to learn something. No. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is it's so crucial for you to at least learn one skill. If you got 3 months, right, left in the year, actually you only got 2 months left in the year. If you only got 2 months left in the year, why not spend those 2 months, learning something new, learning how to improve something, learning copywriting, learning sales, learning video editing, learning YouTube, social media. Because when you can take one of those components, you can make money from it. Your life can instantly change just by doing one thing. You don't need to do all the things I'm listing, right? Sometimes it only takes one thing. Okay, now another thing, and we go back into, this learning thing. Learning has to become your philosophy. You have to develop a learning philosophy. What I mean by that is, I know a lot of us, when we finish school, right, whether it's high school or university, we're through with learning. Like, honestly, we're through with it. But here's the thing, though. Learning never stops once the door is shut. Learning never stops once you leave the classroom. Learning never stops once you finish college or high school. It never stops because we're always learning, we're always developing, we're always growing. And it's so important for you to keep learning, because the more you learn, the more you understand. And the more you understand, the easier it is to achieve your goals. The easier it is to go after what you want, because you're not in this box, right? You're not in this this cubicle, because you are learning things you never thought you would. You're developing this passion for learning and growing. And that is going to help you be open to new opportunities, open to new ideas, open to doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. Another thing is, we procrastinate way too much. And I used to be a massive procrastinator. I understand the difficulty with escaping the procrastination bubble. But here's the thing though, procrastination in a lot of ways is a lifestyle. Procrastinators love to say they procrastinate because that makes them feel good about themselves. Now, I'm saying this as a person who used to call herself a procrastinator, that I understand. Now I'll give you one trick, right, about how to escape the procrastination bubble. Just act. I know it sounds so simple, right? It's so clear and cut. But the more you act on something, the easier things become. The easier things become, the more you learn and the more you're willing to do something. For example, if you want to start a business, don't wait for tomorrow. Don't overanalyze. Don't overthink. Just do it. Just say, okay, today's the day I'm going to actually do it. Because the more you procrastinate, the more you push something. And you keep pushing it and keep pushing it and keep pushing it until you've pushed it so far back that way that you sort of don't care anymore, or you're not focused on it anymore, or you've given up. So it's so important for you to just act. When you think about something, just act, whatever it is. Another thing is lack of motivation and self-discipline. This is one of the reasons why, a lot of us struggle to change our life, because when you are not motivated and you lack self-discipline, it's difficult for you to actually do the stuff that you want to do. This is why procrastination and mindset, you struggle with it, because you lack self-discipline. Now, how you can fix this problem with self-discipline is simple. You got to think about all the times you spend not doing something. Okay. Let's say, for example, you want to learn something new. What's stopping you from actually doing that? What's stopping you from actually going after that? What's stopping you from working on that? And when you figure that out, when you figure out the reason for it, and then you analyze the reason and ask yourself if the reason holds up, does it carry any weight, right? Does it carry any water? If it doesn't carry any water, then you realize that, okay, maybe I should just, stop. Maybe I should focus on developing whatever I want to develop instead of over analyzing or not doing something. And another thing with lack of motivation, right? We lack motivation because we're not passionate. And if you don't have a reason for doing something, you're not going to do it. So why do you get up in the morning, right? Early in the morning. Is it to just get up? Then you're not going to get up. If you don't feel like doing something, you're not going to do it. If you don't have a passion to do it, you're not going to do it. If you don't have a purpose to it, you're not going to do it. So that's the same thing with lack of motivation, lack of self-discipline. If there's no passion or purpose attached to it, then it just breaks. Okay, another thing is, and this one is a key element that literally ties everything together. You got to know your why. You got to know your purpose. Why do you want to change your life? Serious talk right here. What is it you want to change your life? Is it because you've got a passion and a purpose to change the world? Is it your God-given calling? Is it the reason you get up in the morning? Do you want to help your family through their financial problems? Do you want to do it because you're tired of living a mediocre life, because you know that God didn't create you to be mediocre? Is it because you want to strive to be better? It's because your dream has always been to travel the world, live life on your terms, to not work for a boss, not work 9 to 5. Are you tired of the clocking in and clocking out that comes with a day? When you figure out what your purpose is, everything works out, it fits, everything flows together. When you don't know what your why is, you don't know what your how is, and you don't know what your what is. And when you don't know all those things, then you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve, because you're living on borrowed time. What I mean by this is, we spend so much time thinking about what we want to do with our life. We spend so much time thinking about, okay, I want to have an apartment. I want to travel the world. I want to live, in New York City overlooking, I don't know, some park. any part. I want to live in London. I want to buy my parents a new car or a new house. And the sad reality to it is we don't know why. We don't know the big reason why we're chasing after goals and dreams. And this is the reason why a lot of us quit. Because we don't know. If you don't know something, then you're going to quit. Now, these are all the reasons why you're struggling to change your life. But there are also a lot of other reasons, right? Now, these are just scratching the surface. The question here is, which one resonates the most with you? Now, whatever resonates the most with you, focus on that one, improve that one, and eventually your life will change. Now, I'm not saying your life, you do this today and tomorrow your life will completely change. It takes time. It took me years to develop my mindset. It took me years to develop self-discipline. It took me years, right? But that's because I wasn't serious about it. But if you're serious about this, within a couple of months, right? 3 to 6 months, you would see a drastic change in your life. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you haven't, please like, please subscribe so that you're always notified whenever a new video comes out.